Okay, so I had another dream. This time I appeared in the driveway of a house that I grew up in, like when I was in middle school. And pretty much it was me and another girl that I apparently knew. And we were walking up to my house, and my door was open, my front door was open. And all of a sudden, a group of girls and guys was looting, and they pretty much was coming in and out of my house with all type of stuff. And I'm like, yo, they stealing my stuff. What the heck is going on? So they go on to the next house. After they, grab what they needed, they go on to the next house. So I asked my friend, I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, look, everybody's doing it. We're good. And I'm like, okay. So I walk with her to the next house. Same thing. They break in, they start taking stuff. And I'm like, this ain't right. This is not right. So I walk back to my house, which was like 2 blocks over. And my dad pulls up. And he's like, what's up, Jazz? I'm like, Dad, these people are stealing that, stuff from my house. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And before you know it, a bus pulls up in the front of our house, and a freaking, like a military jet flies in the front yard. And these agents get out and they start grabbing people and loading them up in the bus. The bus drives off, and then they get like 5 more people, which I feel like they were probably like the lead people, that maybe the marshals was looking for. And they threw them in the military jet, and boom, they flew off. So I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And one of the officers, they walk up to the doorstep, and they're looking around to see if there's any more people. And he looked right at my friend. He said, come on with me. And she looked at me and was just shaking her head like, damn. He handcuffed her, threw her in one of the cars. So I'm like, damn, that was like 20, 30 people that just got arrested. What the hell is going on? So after that, my dad, it's like, come on, let's go, get in the car. He appears in the car. And when I got to the car, I got in the back seat with my daughter, and a whole bunch of Black & Milds fell out his pocket. And in reality, my dad does not smoke at all. Cigarettes, weed, nothing. My dad don't smoke nothing. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? In the dream, I'm like, what are you doing with that? And I'm like, whatever. So we drive off, and we go to like like the oceanfront strip. And when we get out there, it's like nobody out there. And my daughter runs off. She sees like, I guess like a little shop that she wanted to go into. And I'm like, Malaysia, come here. And she's like, no, mama. And she runs over there, and I follow behind her, and it's like a dude that's standing outside of like a case. It had like a glass, like showcase type of thing. And he had like different masks. So I'm looking like, what is that? They look like voodoo masks. And she's pointing at the glass like, oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. And a little white boy walks up, and he's like, yeah, I want to see that one. I want to see that one. And the man pulls the mask out. He puts the mask on his face, and he pretty much turned into that thing. Like, it was so freaky. And then I woke up. Crazy part is, I was in Texas when I had that dream. I had to leave for work to come to Michigan. And my dad is from Toledo, Ohio. So of course, in my free time, I go down to Toledo. And I'm in this corner store, and I see this guy walk out the store, hands down. I thought it was my dad. I'm like, what is he doing out here? And I'm looking hard, and it was like a twin. He looked identical to my dad. And guess what? He had a Black & Mild on his ear. And I'm like, get out of here. No way. Then couple weeks go by. I'm driving around back and forth from Michigan to Toledo, Ohio. The same guy. I'm in traffic at a stoplight. The same guy that looks identical to my dad. I seen him riding a bike right past me. And I'm like, no way. So I figured I'd share that because, you know, you may be around some friends or a crowd that feels like you're lame, you're whack because you're not doing, you know, the stuff that they're doing. You're not into getting quick money. You're not into making deals with the devil. And they think you're stupid. Look at all this free stuff we got. Look at all this money we got. But then time was ticking too, because they were being watched the whole time. The marshals knew exactly where I lived. They knew exactly who they were coming for, and they loaded them up. And all I could see was my friend's face, that face of shame, like, why did I do this? Then I see the alter ego of my father in the dream, then in real life. So, crazy dream, but I figured I'd share that.